What's up, y'all? Welcome back. So we're jumping right into this video because I'm really excited to share with you a new company, Arabella, which this is my first time ever working with them. So y'all know we're gonna get into the packaging, all the things. You guys, they give a ton of goodies on the inside, some lashes, which I appreciate because sometimes I run out and then I'm like, oh yeah, I got some from a company. So anyway, yes, they give you a ton of goodies. This is their 26-inch loose wave 13x4 unit. And y'all, I have not done a loose wave in quite some time. So I was excited about it because loose wave always reminds me of a deep wave, except it usually has a little bit more texture. So I was here for that because I really wanted that voluminous look with like wand curls. So hey, let's get into it. Now, taking a look at the hairline, I can tell that it is pre-plucked. It did come pre-bleached as well, which I appreciate because I don't really like to have to do too much to the units when I get them. So of course I can tell automatically that lace was extremely transparent. Now when I take a look at the cap, I did actually notice that there were no combs, no clips, area for an elastic band, so it was kind of making me nervous. Now they did give me the actual elastic band that is adjustable, and all I have to do is just clip that on the inside. They actually also gave some combs, so in case you decided you wanted to sew some in, you could, but it was giving very much custom wig on a dome cap, which if you're the type of person to want to install your wigs with glue, this is perfect. But for me, y'all know I'm more of a glueless girl. So I was curious to see which way we were gonna go with this. And just to get a true feel of what the curls look like, I did go ahead and just wet it down. I don't have anything special in here, literally just some H2O, okay? And yeah, I wanted to just see what the hair would look like and also get a feel for if I needed to bleach the knots or not. And you guys, I allowed this to air dry overnight. It came out perfectly, all right? Do you guys see the lace? I just want y'all to know. Okay, everything was looking really, really good. I did instantly notice that, like, okay, I mean, they did a great job with bleaching. I did kind of have the lights up pretty high, so sorry if it looks a little overexposed. But yes, the texture was beautiful. The hair was soft. That deep wave look definitely went more into a loose wave after I actually got it wet. And you guys can see the inside of the cap has this like breathable material, which I appreciate, and it does have a ton of stretch. And so if you are somebody that is looking for a 13x4, a little bit more parting space, I would definitely say try this out. So so far so good. The only thing that I noticed from this point, I was thinking that the hair looks a little thin, just in my opinion. I really did think that until I started to install it, but you guys will see. So what I decided to do is, just because even though this was transparent lace, the lace itself was not tinted. So I decided that I was going to go ahead and take a little bit of foundation, which was just left over from me doing my makeup, rub that on the inside just to kind of tint the lace, which is going to help with that blending process even more. Y'all, if you've seen the thumbnail, you know this is about to be a banger, okay? I don't have on a wig cap. I decided I was just going to go with the flow, allow my middle part of my braids to kind of act as that transparent area. So I went ahead and just kind of flipped this on. Now, this is a talk through video, so y'all know I have to get my little coins, but apparently YouTube has created an audio library, so don't be alarmed, okay? You guys will get a chance to kind of sit back, relax, enjoy the style, and it's super detailed. So I've been making it a point to do that. So I wanted to show you or share with you how to cut around your ears. So if you are somebody that obviously that 13x4 doesn't work, I'm usually more of about like 11.5 from ear to ear type of girl. So I do usually have to cut off any additional lace. This is how you do it. So find the area diagonally, I guess like above your ear where your hairline starts, sit the comb there, part it out, clip it back, and literally just cut. If for any reason you get like, you know, a little bit more hair than you anticipated coming out, y'all, I promise you it's okay. Just take your time. The better, I guess the better chances of not doing that is just to make sure your part is really clean before cutting, but for the most part, you'll be good. Now, I did notice because the cap itself was not adjustable, I actually ended up crisscrossing, or kind of like folding the bottom of the dome cap at the nape of my neck and then crisscrossing a bobby pin to pin it into place. So that would probably probably be my only thing so far about the cap that I was like, oh, okay, we had the elastic band. Even if I had combs, it would have been okay. But just because I do have more face and a smaller head, that nape area really needed to be squeezed just a little bit tighter. So I am going to go ahead and install this with some Pump It Up, and I'm just using a foundation brush just to spread it evenly across from side to side. So it'll pretty much act as like a glue, because the first thing that I noticed is that I'm not going to say you can't wear this gluelessly, but you would definitely want to install combs for sure. You are also going to want to make sure that you measure your head from ear to ear so that you know, okay, boom, I'm going to be able to install this according to the dimensions of my head, or I need to see about getting a smaller cap, adjustable cap, so on and so forth. But all the details will be listed in the description box. And y'all can see this is a super easy install. Literally, that hairspray is going to stick in a matter of like 30 seconds. Don't even have to hit it with a blow dryer, waste time tying it down, doing all that. I will do that in a little bit, but y'all know we're going to really get into it. So typically with glueless units too, I tend not to put as much work into the units if I'm being completely honest, because I'm like, okay, girl, this is gonna look good as is. But whenever I get a chance to really do a meltdown, I love it because I can really kind of show some skills and really show you guys how to transform your unit. So aside from just having that Pump It Up across, you know, from ear to ear, laying it down, I also kind of put it in the part area. That way we get that extra stick, extra hold, and then go ahead and just trim off the lace. So this is where we're really going to get into the meltdown. I am going to actually do some baby hair. So if you guys are not a fan of that, hey, skip past this part. All you have to do from here is hit the very edges of the cap with like the Pump It Up, and then of course tie it down, continue to style, and you guys will be good to go. But if you guys are wanting to perfect the baby edge look, y'all know when it's curly hair, wavy hair, I just feel like wavy girls have baby hair, like they do. So it's a part of the look. I'm gonna go ahead and just take some tweezers just to kind of like further like pluck this out. I didn't want to go too crazy because I actually loved how full the hairline was. It just really, I can't say that it made it more realistic because y'all know a wig is a wig. I got to keep it honest with you. But I definitely love just the density of the cap and how soft and full the hair was. So I really wanted to maximize that. And I was ashamed that I really felt like the hair was kind of on the thin side, because when I really took a look at it, I was like, wait, is this just because it was still kind of damp? Like, what is it? I mean, the hair literally grew, but you guys will see exactly what I mean. You guys don't have to be perfectionists at the plucking. You really, really don't. All that you want to do is make sure that when you're tweezing out, you don't want to go on the same spot for too long. So if you need to do like a 3-second countdown, tweeze, tweeze, tweeze in one spot, 1, 2, 3, okay, and move on to another section. That way you avoid over plucking, because you don't want to do that. Now you guys can see that as I'm pulling out this baby hair area, I'm actually hitting the very base of the cap with the Pump It Up spray. So going right in between, because I don't really want the baby hair to be hard or anything, but I do want the cap to be melted. So you guys can see I'm like taking my time, going through with that foundation brush. I mean, really taking my time, getting into the grooves. And then you guys will see I'll kind of do like lay it down with the edge of the comb just to really, really melt it in. When I tell you, I see so many people installing their wigs and like laying it down with like the cap, and then you have the elastic band. Y'all, you really don't have to do all that if you really just take your time. Like, if you really, really take your time, and especially if you don't have a lot of time, okay, to get it done, but you want it to look salon ready, take the back of that comb, hit it with that Pump It Up. Even if you decide to use glue, still hit it with some type of hairspray. But y'all can see how it was kind of lifting a little bit around the edges. And y'all, baby, let's get a close up on that, because it was looking so good, and it definitely helped to have that foundation underneath. So you can use whatever foundation you want. I typically wear the NARS Radiant foundation, but like I said, no need to be spending a bunch of money on foundation just for a wig. Now, I was already in love with how the hair was looking. Y'all see, I went ahead and just took a little razor comb. I like to kind of do a little twist method and cut about 1.5 to 2 inches of like hair out. And if I ever decide like, oh, the baby hair is a little bit too long, I don't ever really have an issue just going back and kind of trimming off a little bit more. But y'all can see we were laid, all right? No hot tools needed. Not at all. Literally just a little comb action and a little finesse. That's it. Now I did go ahead and use a very small curling rod just to kind of curl the edges a little bit, give me a little bit of assistance. And sometimes I like my edges to be a little longer. Sometimes I like for them to be shorter. But because this hair was so voluminous, I'm like, we need this to be high vibe, high energy, just like the hair. Okay, so let's get into that. All that I'm going to pretty much do from here is continue to style up the baby hair. And then, of course, I will be right back to get into the styling of the actual hair. So as you guys can see, I'm literally just taking the elastic band. I couldn't think. Taking the elastic band to go ahead and just lay everything down. Like I said, it's not necessarily needed, but just so that you have that extra security while you go ahead and kind of style the hair, whether you decide to spray it with water and mousse and let it air dry again, or if you want to go in with some wand curls like I'm gonna do. Now, the one thing that I did notice is that the part, I wasn't able to get a super clean part. So just to kind of mimic more of a uniformed area, okay, I did take a little bit of mascara just to very lightly go over the base of where the bleached knots were, and then of course hit it with the pump it up. You allow it to dry, y'all. It gets super tacky, stays in place. You don't have to worry about it moving. Obviously, once you wash the hair, yes girl, yes, it is gonna wash out. So if you want to do it, definitely make sure you do it again and again when you install it, or you can always just apply a little bit of black hair dye to further like pop out that part if you want to, but that's just like a little extra. You ain't gotta do that. But anyway, yes, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with the wand curl. I believe this is a 1-inch wand curl, so I'm just gonna wrap it around away from my face and go throughout my entire head doing this. Once we get up to the top, I may have to hit it kind of with the hot comb a couple times, but y'all can see it's already holding a curl, super shiny, bouncy, flowy. The hair was so soft, and I did notice instantly that even though I trimmed off the edges or like the sides of the cap, I didn't have to worry about all that shedding. So super happy about that. The cap construction would have been pretty much the only thing that needed work at this point, but I didn't really have to do too much plucking, tweezing. That's something that I decided to do on my own. So if you are a beginner and you don't really want to, can't do it, just simply don't feel like it, don't feel pressured to, okay? You could absolutely just install this as is, allow it to air dry. You guys can see the difference from the wand curl to a more of the loose wave, which is giving that more vacation look. You guys be the judge. You determine what it is you want to do. And keep in mind, when you do the wand curls, over time, they are going to drop just like normal curls. But because the hair is a lot fuller and already has a natural curl, just think about your natural hair, right? Whenever you do a blowout, girl, them curls are gonna last, okay? So it's just the same. The hair is really gonna stay in place. And then of course, over time, once it drops, you'll get more of that loose wave, but it'll just be a little bit more uniform. So I hope that helps. I'm gonna go ahead and shut up, okay? So y'all can just enjoy this beautiful wand curl, and then I'll be right back, okay? To give you guys the reveal. as you guys can see, I have already peeled off that elastic band, kind of gave a nice little comb through to the edges just to make sure they are not glued down to our forehead. And y'all, look at this. So I'm just taking my fingers, running it through the hair, and you guys can see just how shiny, bouncy. I mean, the luster of this hair, I don't feel like the camera's giving it justice right now. Like in person, oh my God. I actually ended up going out to lunch. I got so many compliments on this hair, y'all. Super laid. Do y'all see the forehead? Okay, it's giving absolutely scalp. I am in love, and I love that it was just also really full. I didn't have to do too much to it. Obviously, adding the curls is extra, but I like to take it just up a notch if I can. Okay, so it's looking good. You guys can see the back of the hair is just as full, and this is pretty long on me. So if you are somebody that wants shorter hair, definitely go with like a shorter length. But for me, just because it has this much body, y'all, okay, 26 inch, 24 inch, 22 is gonna be your best friend in this case. I absolutely love the way that it looked. Now, the only thing that I can say from here is, of course, when you do that brush out, it is gonna get a little bit bigger. So if you feel the need, you can take a little bit of oil on your hand, something kind of light, or spray it directly onto the powder brush, and then of course just brush that through. Y'all, you'll be able to get the curls a little bit more uniform if you need to. But yeah, giving the vibes. I took so many pictures. I can't even do this with myself. Like, y'all know I will sit and play with this hair for freaking ever. I also want to say, if you are new here, welcome. Okay, look at the scalp. This is what you're gonna get when you come here, okay? I love the way that the edges looked, and like I said, because I didn't have to do too much tweezing, this made it just super easy. I love the length. And like I said, for now, the shedding was good. I didn't have to worry too much about that. Of course, all my final thoughts will be listed down in the description box below. So definitely make sure to check it out. There will also be a direct link to the unit. So all the details will be listed down in the description box below. So definitely make sure to check that out. And they are actually having a back to school sale. So don't miss out on that, okay? I love you guys so much. Stay pretty. And of course, y'all know I will see you in my very next video. Bye, babies.